Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Have You Heard? I'm Richard, and again today we're going to have a look at a song that maybe is a forgotten gem, maybe it's not very popular, maybe it's just old and people have forgotten all about it. But as you can see in the title, we are going back to very early Yes, their debut album. Released in July 1969, and we're going to be listening to Every Little Thing, their cover of the Beatles song that the Beatles released in 1964 on Beatles for Sale. Now, it's quite amazing when I think about it, that the Yes debut album is released in July 69 and Beatles hadn't yet released Abbey Road. That was only in September, so a couple of months later. And I often forget about that. I get all muddled up and don't realise that so many of these great bands actually had overlapping careers. And Yes are covering a song that's only 5 years old, if that. Uh, it's mind-boggling, particularly when you think of John Anderson playing today with the band Geeks, and 1964 is 60 years ago. Wow. Every Little Thing was recorded over 60 years ago by the Beatles, and it was only 5 years after it was recorded that Yes did their version. Yeah, we're all getting rather old. Anyway, let's lighten the mood a little bit. I did my usual scan through YouTube. I found 7 reactors doing Every Little Thing by Yes, with varying degrees of success. Nick and Lex got 11,000 views on theirs. There's another one with about 3,000 views, and diminishing returns for everyone afterwards. I certainly don't think I'm going to get 11,000 views on this, if only. But anyway, enough of that, enough of my waffle. Let's have a listen to the song. There is so much to talk about, but we'll do that afterwards. Let's listen to the song first of all. Originally accredited to Lennon-McCartney, of course. All the Beatles songs were that weren't George's. But John, interestingly, did the lead vocals, but it was written by Paul. And it's a little bit uncommon for them to sing the other person's song, but they did in this case. And I must admit, when I first bought Yes debut album, and I saw Every Little Thing, I thought, surely that's not the Beatles, but it is. And they did what I think is a damn fine job. But let's have a listen to it now. Put the old headphones on. And let's see if we can get Spotify to work. Bill Bruford having a field day here. So's Peter Banks.
when I'm walking beside her. People tell me I'm lucky. Yes, I know I'm a lucky guy. I remember the first time I was lonely without her. Can't stop thinking about her now. Every little thing she does for me, yeah. And you know the thing she does for me.
Oh, there's Chris.
When I'm with her, I'm happy, just to know that she loves me. Yes, I know that she loves me now. There is one thing I'm sure of, I will love her forever, 'cause I know love will never die. Every little thing she does for me, yeah. And you know the thing she does for me. She does for me, yeah. And you know the thing she does for me.
Superb harmonies.
When I'm with her, I'm happy, just to know that she loves me. Yes, I know that she loves me now. There is one thing I'm sure of, I will love her forever, 'cause I know love will never die. Every little thing she does for me, yeah. And you know the thing she does for me. Every little thing, every little thing, every little thing, every little thing.
As usual, I get the Spotify bleed a little bit, but never mind. Wow. I mean, there's so much energy, first of all, isn't there, in that song? That has to be said. And I listened to the album in its entirety last night. I sat down, headphones on, listened, concentrated, and it was an absolute joy. I hadn't done that in a while, so I had a great time. But one thing struck me. It was that it felt like the band were having so much fun on this track, and more fun than on the other 7. And I wondered why. Maybe you've got a few ideas about it. My little opinion, perhaps, is that on a debut album, there's pressure, isn't there, to, particularly at that time, 1969, if you were a band, you had to write your own stuff. And there were 6 of the 8 songs that were originals by Yes. There was this one and the Bird song. I've forgotten what it's called. I See You. But I guess there's pressure with that, having to get your own compositions absolutely right. Whereas here, you've got a Stone Cold classic, but it's not, although Peter puts in a nice little homage to Day Tripper in his guitar. It's not a big single like Day Tripper or We Can Work It Out or anything from Sergeant Pepper or Revolver or the White Album. All of those that they could have chosen. They chose a more obscure song, and I guess that gave them freedom to put their own spin on it. And they certainly did that. I think John's voice on this particular song is the true archetypal precursor of the classic John Anderson vocal style. The next song after this is Sweetness, and you listen to Sweetness and he sounds more raspy and as if he's got a bit of a sore throat, I don't know, and a bit lower register. Here he's singing like he would do on the Yes album, and I think that's good, and it's my favourite vocal performance on the whole debut album. Peter Banks just goes crazy through the whole song and does his thing. As I say, I love the Day Tripper nod. He also sounds a bit of his time. I started thinking a bit of early Nice, Davey O'List, when he was guitarist with the Nice before he left and they just stayed as a three-piece. Very psychedelic guitar tones, guitar stabs, but he's double tracking, he's putting in overdubs, he's doing all kinds of stuff. Really interesting. Tony Kaye on organ stays in the background, doesn't he? He's very much just laying the foundation and doesn't do much else. Chris, I made a comment. Chris seems low in the mix and then starts appearing and becoming more forward in the mix just before the first verse starts. And then it's more like a typical Chris Squire. But if you listen to the other tracks, particularly the self-penned ones, Chris is all over. It's typical Chris Squire bass from day one. But on this track, not quite so much. And Bill Bruford is just Bill Bruford. Good grief. Bashing away, doing a bit of Keith Moon. Really enjoying himself. So, yeah, I was thinking, why choose Every Little Thing as a cover? But then I think I've answered that in my thoughts, because you've got a bit more freedom to play a lesser known song, I guess. I was also thinking last night while I was listening to this, what would I think of the album if I had heard it in 1969? Because I didn't. I've mentioned before that I discovered Yes with the Yes album. And once I'd heard the Yes album, I just went straight to the shops once I had enough money and bought Yes and bought Time and a Word to catch up straight away. And I listened to them, I love them, but to me, they weren't a patch on the Yes album. And I felt sorry for them in a way, because that's a little bit unfair. If only I had been in the right place and the right time to listen to this when it was released in 1969. But I was still at school, I had no money, my friends, what were we listening to? Well, I was listening to the Moody Blues, and I was just getting into Crosby, Stills and Nash. So yeah, I didn't come across Yes until a bit later on. Even though they'd opened for Cream at Cream's farewell gig at the Albert Hall. I mean, that's a real gig for an unsigned band, or a band that hadn't released their first album yet. So, you know, they were there and they were around, but I hadn't come across them. So I wonder how I would have felt about this album then. I'd love to hear from you guys. How did you discover this album? How did you discover this song? What do you think about it? Please put a comment below. I really would appreciate it. Like the video. Likes are very important to the algorithm, to just get the videos in front of a few more people. I really would appreciate it. We're up to over 60 subscribers now, and I'm so thankful. If you like the video, subscribe, please do. Again, it's very helpful to me. It's a fledgling channel. We've only been going a month now. But I've had some great times, and I'm enjoying doing it, and I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying watching as well. So anyway, like, subscribe, put in a comment, please. Our Yes videos have done they have done better than all the others of the band videos. And I've said we're going to have Yes Friday. So every Friday we're going to do a Yes song. It's going to get harder and harder to find obscure ones unless I just choose the first 2 albums all the time. And I don't want to do that. We want to mix and match. And as I've said before, we're going to go into the controversial years as well a little bit later on. But not for me, they're not controversial. I think they're great. But we shall see. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed me waffling on a little bit at the end. But what do you think of this particular song? I look forward to hearing from you. So until the next video, cheers everyone. Bye bye.